So I wanted to make this video because something happened last night that I just haven't stopped thinking about. Um, I went to an event at Lisa Price's home. She's the founder of Carol's Daughter. And as she was speaking, at one point, she kind of started talking about the creators and the important people in her life right in the room. And then she started talking about me. She said that she's learned posing from my content and that she still uses my posing tips to this day. And then she thanked me for the work that I do. And I don't know, it really means a lot. But on my walk home, I just kept thinking about why it affected me so much. Because, yes, of course, it was incredibly kind of her to say those things. But I really think what stayed with me most is that every day when I open my DMs or my comments and I see women saying the exact opposite, they'll say things like, I'm so awkward in photos, or I freeze every time someone points a camera at me, or I only have one good angle. I've even had women tell me they only let people photograph them from the neck up, or they take selfies only from the neck up. And I just kept thinking somewhere along the way, we've all accepted this idea that there are people who are naturally good in front of the camera, and then there are the rest of us. And I just don't think that's true. I actually think we've confused something we've never been taught with something that's has to be wrong with us, because if you really stop and think about it, it's kind of crazy. Like, we don't expect ourselves to know how to do anything else without learning it first. Nobody picks up a tennis racket, for example, for the first time and then expects to be good at tennis. Nobody gets behind the wheel of a car and thinks, well, I should just know how to do this automatically. We understand that those things take practice and somebody has to teach us. But somebody pulls out a camera and all of a sudden we're expected to know exactly what to do with our body. Um, it just doesn't work like that. And then if we don't think, oh, nobody's ever shown me how to do this. It automatically goes to, oh, I'm just awkward. I'm freeze. I don't know what to do. And I've heard that sentence so many times over the years. And every single time, I wish I could stop the women right there and say, no, I really don't think you're awkward. Because here's what I've noticed after teaching women for all of these years. Almost every single private client says some version of the same thing before we even get started. They'll tell me, they'll apologize to me, first of all, and say that they're just so awkward and shy. They'll tell me they hate taking pictures. They will tell me they're going to be like my hardest client. They don't know how I'm going to do this. And I always kind of smile to myself because I know what's about to happen. I know that 90 minutes later, they're going to look back at my camera and they'll be laughing because they cannot believe the woman in the picture is them. It happens every single time. And it's not because I performed some miracle in front of them. It's not because we found some secret angle that only works for them. Most of the time, it's because they finally understood something that nobody had ever explained to them before. They understood why shifting their weight changed the picture. They understood why moving felt better than just like trying to stand perfectly still. They understood that they don't have to think about 10 different things all at once. And I think that's why so many people freeze, It's not because you're awkward. Your brain is just overloaded. You're trying to figure out your hands and your feet and your smile and your chin and your posture and whether people are like waiting on you or watching you in the background. And then there's somebody already like counting down, trying to take the picture, like you feel rushed. I mean, of course, you're going to freeze in those moments if you don't know what to do, if you've never been taught. I think most of us would. But the part that really makes me sad is that it isn't even about the freezing, it is what happens after. Because then we see the picture and we decide that it confirms the story that we've already been telling ourselves. See, I knew it. I'm awkward, or I'm not photogenic. I'm just not one of those people that can take good pictures. And then we start living like that's the truth. We stop getting in pictures. We volunteer to take the picture instead. We will say, we'll wait until we lose weight. We crop ourselves out of pictures altogether, or you take a whole bunch of pictures and then delete almost every photo. And then one day you look back and then you realize you're missing from so many of your own memories because you refuse to get in pictures. And I don't think that's what any of us actually want to happen. I've never I've never had a woman come to me because she wanted to become a model or an influencer. Most of them want to enjoy a vacation with their family without dreading the pictures part of it. They want to celebrate birthdays without criticizing every single photo afterwards. They want to have pictures with their kids. They want to just feel like themselves. And that's why I teach the way that I do. I know there are a million videos online that give you 20 poses to memorize, but that's never really been my goal. I don't want you to try to remember pose number 14 while somebody's taking your picture. I want you to understand your body well enough that you don't need to remember anything, because once you understand why something works, you stop second guessing yourself. And then you start trusting yourself. And I think that's really what confidence is. So I don't know, maybe that's why last night meant so much to me. It reminded me that this work has never really been about posing. It's about helping women stop believing something about themselves that just isn't true. So if you've been telling yourself you're awkward or you're not photogenic or you just don't know how to take a good picture, I hope you'll consider the possibility that maybe none of those things are actually true. Maybe nobody has ever taught you. And if that's the case, then this isn't something you're stuck with forever. It's just something you haven't learned yet. And those are two very different things. I really do hope that next time somebody says, let's take a picture, you don't immediately want to hide, because you deserve to be in those pictures and those memories as well. And that's it, girl. I just wanted to encourage you that it's not you. You just haven't learned what to do yet. And I am here to help you do that. If you want some resources, I'll have some linked in my description box. And if you found this helpful, if you found this encouraging, please don't forget to like so this reaches more people. I really want to help more women feel more confident, more comfortable in their lives, in their clothes, in their pictures. And your like, your hype, your comments will help me to reach more women. So be sure to like, subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Bye.